Happy Wednesday, everybody. Wow, do I have a messed up story today. It just really goes to show you that the youth in this country is just being, well, they're being left behind, you know. So this story was covered by CNN, and it's about a 19-year-old that is going to the University of Connecticut right now, and she cannot read or write.
No, never. Never in a million years.
In some ways, Aleysha Ortiz is living an American dream. The 19-year-old began her freshman year at the University of Connecticut in Hartford this fall. She's excited to study public policy, the culmination of hard work after moving north from Puerto Rico as a child.
Do you remember when you first came to Connecticut?
Yes, I remember I was very nervous, but I know it was gonna be better opportunities for me to learn.
But Aleysha says those opportunities never came to fruition.
Even today, could you read this, or would it take you a long time?
It's impossible. I just see his words everywhere.
Aleysha graduated from the Hartford public school system last year, but she says today she is illiterate.
Now, this young woman is suing the Hartford public school district, right? And rightfully so, in a sense, you know what I mean? Like, so going down here, it's not a big school. It's not a big school at all. I pulled it up right here. You can look up any school in the nation and see how they rank on the national ranking, right? So this one ranks 13,242 out of 17,655 in the national ranking. That's terrible, right? So it's 9 through 12. The grades 9 through 12 enrollment, through all four, they have 709 students, which the student-teacher ratio is 8-1, right? Now you go down here and you look at these other rankings, right? And then your scorecard, which is weird because they posted the scorecard, but they don't post math, reading, or science on here, which most schools do, and I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, it took at least one AP exam or advanced placement exams, right? 18% of the whole school took an AP exam and only 2% passed. Now, the graduation rate for this high school is 56%. That is atrocious. Now, if we compare this to just a random school in Detroit, right? Oh gosh. So this one ranks 5,445 on the national rating, right? This is 9 through 12. It has 2,395 students, a 24-1 student-teacher ratio. Now, as you can see on here, they also put their mathematics, reading, and science proficiency on here. And as you can see, it's terrible, right? Reading proficiency, 56%. Science, 26%. Math, 20%. Their graduation rate is 97%. How are these kids graduating? It makes no sense. The public schools are absolutely failing these kids. Yeah, and I just wanted to show you that real quick so you can see what kind of high school that she went to. And shortly here, I'm going to let you know my thoughts on why she failed so bad.
She still doesn't know how to read or write. When she was in early education,
They would just either tell me to sit in a corner and sleep, or just draw pictures, flowers for them.
and when she was in high school, she relied on speech-to-text programs and other apps to read and write essays.
So if you had an assignment where you had to write something, you'd open up a document like this and then do what?
I would go here to use the text-to-speech.
It says dictate.
Dictate, yep. I love pizza.
This is how you would do your assignments.
And then
Cats of the World VAK sporting a twin-prop airplane.
If you had to read something, that's how you do it.
She said her mother, who does not speak English well, tried to get answers.
All right, now we get down to the root of the cause here, which is the mom, you know. She moved her daughter to a foreign land and decided not to learn how to speak the language. Or they said she barely speaks or she doesn't speak it well, right? So she decided to come to the United States and not even learn English, and then put her daughter in a public school where the main language spoken is English. So how is her mom able to help her in schooling? It makes no sense at all. And rather than taking accountability for themselves, they're blaming the school board. Yeah, the school board does have some fault here. But if parents cannot assist their children with homework, what's going to happen here? They're not going to do it, period.
She advocated so much. She went to the school. The principal will promise her that they will do better.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
And sometimes there will be people from the district or the directors promising her that they will do better.
Now, Aleysha is suing the Hartford Board of Education and the city for negligence. The suit alleges the school district documented and acknowledged Aleysha's learning challenges through multiple grades, but because they were not adequately addressed, she continued to struggle academically and began exhibiting maladaptive behaviors in the...
Yeah, so we find out in conclusion that it's not her fault. You know, she's the victim here, and she has no accountability for her lack of being able to read or write. She didn't even go on, the phone can teach you everything. She didn't even go on her phone to teach her how to read or write. She just allowed her phone to do it for her, and so did her mother. Her mother's a terrible mom. First of all, not instilling discipline in this young woman, right? As you can clearly see, she has none. She uses her phone for everything. She doesn't know how to read or write. It's insane. How did she even get into college in the first place? Who accepted her? That person should also be held accountable because she is going to fail, right? Or she's going to keep on being accepted for student loans, and the school's going to milk her until she owes an astronomical number that she'll never be able to pay back. I mean, the accountability should be held in the school district, absolutely. But parents need to stop coddling their damn kids. If you can't read or write, you should not be above grade 5, period. You shouldn't. It's insane that you can be illiterate and also go to college. So shame on the University of Connecticut, shame on her mother, shame on her, and shame on that public school because, wow. I mean, 10 years ago, I would have thought this whole story was made up and it was something for Comedy Central or, you know, late night shows when they used to be funny. But this is real. It's happening. And wow. Yeah, just thank your lucky stars. You grew up at a time that they made you read and write. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a super interesting story. Interesting and shocking at the same time. So, yeah, if you can read and write, thank your mom and dad, you know, or either or whatever you got going on. Yeah, but that'll do it for me on this Wednesday. So if you like what I have been putting out, please like, share, comment, or subscribe. I wouldn't mind that. For the rest of your day, enjoy it. Get out there, do some PT, drink some water, change your socks. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.